Welcome to Lotus Happiness. Awaken the Buddha within. Some of you may have supernatural encounters in the past and have no ideas how to deal with it. Fret not. Today you are going to learn powerful methods to liberate the supernatural entities if you happen to stay in a haunted house or hotel. Let's face it, ghosts are everywhere: car parks, corridors, restrooms, staircases, houses, hotels, or workplaces. These spiritual beings are present regardless whether it is in bright daylight or in the middle of the night. The question is, how do you know if a place is haunted? Here are some of the telltale signs. Number 1. Electronic interference. If you notice lights flickering or TV switching on and off in the middle of the night, there is a high likelihood of the presence of supernatural entities. Number 2. Inexplicable objects movement. Things shifting places, toilet flushing on its own, water taps being turned on, or doors opening or shutting not due to wind movement. These are signs of the supernatural presence. Number 3. Unexplained temperature drop. Centralized cold spots in a home, as well as sudden temperature dips that results in extreme coldness not due to weather, are some of the telltale signs of a haunted environment. Number 4. Uneasy feeling that someone is watching you. Trust your sixth sense. The sensation of goosebumps, the chill up your spine, and the uneasy feeling that someone is watching you is a strong indicator of a place being afflicted by spirits. Number 5. Peripheral ghost sighting. No doubt it's unpleasant, but some are able to view, through naked eyes or eyes closed via the third eye, a glimpse of a shadowy figure, or a full-bodied apparition that is not unlike that of a human being. Number 6. Dogs barking at something you can't see. Dogs have the exceptional ability to perceive things beyond the limited range of human senses. If you see dogs barking or growling at empty spaces, it is likely they are detecting something that is not visible to humans. Here is the truth: ghosts are real. They are not just beliefs. How do we know that? From the teachings of the Buddha. The Buddha teaches us the 10 worlds, the 6 lower realms of hell: hungry spirit, animal, human, Ashura, and heaven, as well as the 4 noble worlds of Shravaka, Pratyeka Buddha, Bodhisattva, and Buddha. The 4 noble worlds are beyond samsara, which is world of karmic transmigration governed by the law of karma, the law of causality. During the Buddha's time, King Bimbisara received tremendous merits by inviting the Buddha and his disciples for a meal. However, he did not dedicate the merits to his departed relatives who were waiting outside the wall. As a result, the departed relatives made an outcry with much noise at the king's residence during the night. King Bimbisara consulted the Buddha, who advised him to dedicate the merits to his departed relatives. Having received the merits, the deceased relatives experienced great happiness. This is because the merits helped them to be released from the hungry ghost realm through reincarnation to higher realm. Have you heard about the Dhammapada story of an evil spirit called Kalyakini? Once there lived a householder whose wife was barren. Being unable to bear a child and afraid that she would be mistreated by her husband and her mother-in-law, she arranged for her husband to marry another woman. But on 2 occasions, as soon as she knew the second wife was pregnant, the barren wife gave her food mixed with drugs, causing her to have a miscarriage. On her 3rd pregnancy, the pregnant wife kept it to herself without informing the barren wife. But when the latter came to know about it, she again caused an abortion. Eventually, the second wife died in childbirth. Before her death, the unfortunate woman was filled with hatred and vowed vengeance on the barren wife and her future offspring. Thus a feud started. Among their later existences, the 2 were reborn as a hen and a female cat, a doe and a leopard, and finally as the daughter of a nobleman in Savatthi and a female evil spirit. One day the evil spirit, Kalyakini, was in pursuit of the nobleman's daughter and her baby. When this lady heard that the Buddha was giving a religious discourse at the Jetavana monastery, she fled to him and placed her son at his feet for protection. The evil spirit was prevented from entering the monastery. She was later called in, and both the lady and the evil spirit were admonished by the Buddha. The Buddha told them about their past trouble as rival wives and how they had been harboring hatred towards each other. They were made to see that hatred could only cause more hatred, and that it could only cease through friendship, understanding, and goodwill. Both realized their mistake, and on the admonition of the Buddha, made their peace with each other. The Buddha then requested the woman to hand over her son to the evil spirit. Fearing for the safety of her son, she hesitated, but because of her devotion and confidence in the Buddha, she did hand over her son. The child was warmly received by the evil spirit. After kissing and caressing the child tenderly like her own son, she handed back the child to his mother. As a result, there was no more hatred. Then the Buddha spoke in verse as follows. Hatred is, indeed, never appeased by hatred in this world. It is appeased only by loving kindness. This is an ancient law. Story number 3. Venerable Moggallana, the Buddha's disciple who was the foremost in divine powers, saw with his divine eyes that his departed mother was reborn in the realm of hungry ghosts. The filial Moggallana wanted to help his mother by conjuring a bowl of rice through his divine power and offered to his mother. However, when the rice reached his mother's hands, it turned into charcoal and could not be eaten. Though he understood what the root cause of the ghosts receiving their retribution, he could not explain his mother's suffering, so he immediately went to Buddha for his advice. The Buddha explained that his mother slandered the Buddha and the Sangha in her past life. Moreover, she was greedy and hot-tempered and did not believe in the law of karma, which had resulted in her receiving the retribution. The Buddha also explained that the love Moggallana had for his mother had thwarted his divine powers, which prevented Moggallana from identifying the past evil deed of his mother. Moggallana consulted the Buddha how to release his mother from the suffering of the ghost realm. The Buddha explained that due to the severity of the evil karma, divine power alone could not save his mother from the ghost realm. The only solution to liberate his mother was to transfer the immeasurable merits of offering meals to the arahants, the holy monks, on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month every year. Moggallana made offerings to all monks on the last day of rain retreat. Through the transference of merits, his mother was immediately liberated from the suffering in the hungry ghost realm. With a heart of gratitude, Moggallana praised the beneficence of the Triple Gem. He also urged people to make offerings to Buddha and Sangha on the 15th of the 7th lunar month to repay the kindness of their parents. And this is the origin of the Nirvana festival. Story number 4. On one occasion, Moggallana was going on an alms round, and he saw a Pitta ghost with the head of a human being and the body of a snake. The Buddha then said that he himself had seen that very Pitta ghost on the day he attained Buddhahood. The Buddha recounted that, long ago, there was a revered Pratyeka Buddha. To reach his monastery, people had to cross a field. The owner of the field, fearing that his field would be damaged by too many people going to and from the monastery, set fire to it. Consequently, the Pratyeka Buddha had to move to some other place. The disciples of the Pratyeka Buddha, being very angry with the landowner, beat him and killed him. On his death he was reborn in Avicii hell. In his present existence, he was serving out the remaining term of the evil consequences as a Pitta ghost. In Dhammapada verse 71, the Buddha said, "An evil deed does not bear fruit immediately, but it invariably follows the evildoer. There is no escape from the consequences of an evil deed." Story number 5. During the Buddha's time, 500 monks received the subject of meditation from the Buddha and found a suitable place in the forest to practice the meditation. The tree spirits initially thought the monks would only stay for one night. Then, it dawned on them that the monks would remain in the forest for a long time. The tree spirits were unhappy because they could not return to their homes in the trees. As such, the tree spirits decided to frighten away the monks by making ghostly sounds and frightful apparitions. They showed up with bodies without heads, and with heads without bodies. Disheartened, the monks left the place and returned to the Buddha. After hearing what happened, the Buddha taught them the entire Karaniya Metta Sutta, discourse on loving kindness. The monks were instructed to recite the sutta upon entering the forest. After the monks returned to the forest grove, they did as they were told. The tree spirits, upon receiving loving kindness from the monks, were delighted. They welcomed the monks and all the ghostly sights and sounds stopped immediately. The monks were able to practice meditation in peace and attained arahantship. This is a testament of the power of loving kindness to have peaceful coexistence with other forms of living beings. Before we delve into the methods and the hows of dealing with the supernatural presence, it's good to know 3 key points. 1. Just as not all humans are good, not all ghosts are evil. Key point number 2. It is possible to have peaceful and harmonious coexistence with supernatural entities. Key point number 3. A ghost cannot be busted. It can only be transformed into different forms. What to do when you encounter a supernatural presence? Let's learn the Buddhist spiritual methods to liberate the entities from the suffering of samsara. But before we learn the methods, let's embrace the right mindsets. Be compassionate. Be fearless. If you wish to have harmonious coexistence with the supernatural entities, apply Method 1, the Metta Method. The word metta means love in the Pali language. Upon entering a hotel room, engage a telepathic communication with the spirits by silently expressing your intention of no harm, loving kindness, and mutual respect. Express your expectations by silently communicating in your heart. I am aware of your presence, and I respect your presence. I will be staying in the hotel room for only 1 or 2 nights. Please let me have peace without disturbance during my temporary stay. Thank you. End the telepathic communication by radiating thoughts of loving kindness through the loving kindness meditation. Practice the loving kindness meditation by repeating these prayers. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be at peace. If the telltale signs of spiritual disturbances persist, you may chant Karaniya Metta Sutta, if you have learned it before, and transfer the merits of loving kindness to them, or play the Pali chanting of Karaniya Metta Sutta in YouTube. Method 2, the Mantra Method. If you wish to have complete freedom from the entities, apply the Mantra Method. Why does the Mantra Method work? First, the mantra is a powerful symbol of crystallization of nirvana and enlightenment. Second, the very action of chanting of the Buddhist's mantra generates immense merits. Third, the chanting of mantra awakens the power of the protective energy field of the Buddhahood within you. There are many different forms of Buddhist mantras such as Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Om Mani Padme Hum, Namo Ko Bodaishi Henjo Kongo, and the list goes on. Different mantras have different energetic imprints. The most important, however, is that you must feel a certain sense of affinity and connection with a specific mantra that suits your personality. In short, any mantra works, so long as you have faith in it. Step 1. Set the intention. Before chanting, set the intention of liberating the spiritual entities residing in the premises. Why is intention important? Intention provides a sense of purpose and goal that enables one to focus the attention of achieving the intended objective. Step 2. Chant the mantra. Chant the mantra fearlessly and compassionately, with unshakable faith in yourself, your pure Buddha nature. The key is to believe in yourself. Trust your inherent power of loving kindness and compassion to help another being. Step 3. Transfer the merits. Transfer all the merits of mantra to the spiritual entities. The entities will receive the merits to be liberated from the realm of hungry ghost. They will continue the journey of samsara by reincarnating to higher realms. Method 3. The Nirvana Method. If you wish to lead the entities to enlightenment, apply the Nirvana Method. Step 1. Set the intention. Remember, intention is the key. Once you set the compassionate intention of helping entities attain enlightenment, the entities will be completely emancipated from the suffering of samsara by entering nirvana immediately. Step 2. Visualize the nirvana portal. Shaped like a golden spiral galaxy, the nirvana portal is the gateway through which the entities enter nirvana to the land of enlightenment. Step 3. Visualize a golden Buddha guiding the entities into the nirvana portal. The golden Buddha can be a bright golden light that leads the entities into the nirvana portal. You may silently request the Buddha to lead the entities into the nirvana portal. However, the verbal request is not necessary. Visualization of the golden Buddha while holding a space of loving compassion is suffice. Step 4. Continue to hold the space of loving kindness. Love is a powerful force. From the spiritual perspective, true love is a dazzling hue of rainbow. You may visualize a resplendent rainbow heart radiating from your heart chakra to the environment. Habit is a powerful force as well. If you have already cultivated the routine of expressing love through loving kindness meditation or chanting the mantra, you may repeat the practice at this stage to hold the space of true love. Step 5. Close the nirvana portal. After about 2 to 3 minutes, once you could literally see through your third eye that the entities have entered the nirvana portal, you may visualize the closing of the nirvana portal. If are not able to view through the third eye, or if you are unsure if the entities have entered the Nirvana portal, all you need to do is to trust that the process is completed once the loving-kindness meditation or the mantra chanting is completed. Step 6. Express gratitude. The energy of gratitude is immeasurable. The expression of gratitude means that the process of guiding the entities to the Nirvana portal is completed successfully. Hence, always end the session by saying thank you for 3 times. Remember, your Buddha nature within you is the golden light that will protect you. Have no fear toward the supernatural entities. True love is compassionate and fearless. By embracing the true love of fearless compassion in your heart, everything is passable. We have come to the end of the sharing of 3 methods to deal with the supernatural presence. Here is the summary of the 3 methods. Method 1, the Metta Method. Method 2, the Mantra Method. Method 3, the Nirvana Method. Dhammapada verse 183 states that, not to do evil, to cultivate merit, to purify one's mind. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. Dhammapada verse 184 states that, the best moral practice is patience and forbearance. Nibbana is supreme, said the Buddhas. Essentially, the Buddha teaches us to avoid evil actions and to perform good deeds as much as possible, because virtuous actions and upright morality are the fundamentals of being a human. Before we end the session, here is an important question to reflect upon. What is the true purpose of life? Life as a human is impermanent. The 8 sufferings of birth, aging, illness, death, losing the loved ones, encountering the unwholesome people, not getting what you want, and flourishing of the 5 aggregates are inevitable and unavoidable. As such, the ultimate purpose of life is to focus on spiritual cultivation to embody enlightenment and attain nirvana in this very lifetime. Have faith and confidence that nirvana is possible because all living beings are already endowed with the precious Buddha nature to attain enlightenment. Thank you for watching. Last but not least, if you find the video useful and helpful, do share it with your family and friends. Remember to click the subscribe button for more wisdom and inspiration to lead a happy and fulfilling life. You are welcome to schedule a session for energy healing, space cleansing, blessing, and protection with Lotus Happiness.